Hi, my name is Greg Knox and I'm the Executive Director of Skeena Conservation Trust. And I'm going to be providing an overview of what you can expect in terms of salmon returns to the North and Central Coast this coming season, and also likely management actions for different fisheries. And I want to say that these forecasts are provided by the Department of Fisheries and Oceans, and that in recent years with climate change, a lot more environmental variability in both freshwater and the ocean, the forecasting has become much more uncertain. So you have to take this with that caveat in mind. And also for the management actions I will be talking about, these are what's being proposed by Department of Fisheries and Oceans in the current draft Integrated Fisheries Management Plan, and they could change. So it's really key that if you're going to go fishing, that you consult the fisheries regulations before you go to make sure you know what the rules are. So I'm going to start with the Skeena, and for Skeena Chinook, DFO is expecting a return of 36,500. This would be a low run. The normal run for the long-term average is more like 2 to 3 times this amount, so 60 to 100,000. So this is a low return. We've been experiencing low returns in recent years, and it could in fact easily be lower than this. Last year DFO predicted a similar return and we only saw about 20,000 Chinook return to the Skeena. So there will be some significant management actions for Skeena Chinook this year. It's proposed that the Skeena River will be closed to recreational fisheries for Chinook, but salmon fishing for other species will likely be open as long as people aren't targeting Chinook salmon. And then for the saltwater fishery out of Prince Rupert, there's proposal to go, instead of being allowed to take 2 Chinook a day, it would be reduced to 1 Chinook a day from June 1st to June 10th. And then it would go to 0 Chinook per day from June 19th to July 11th. And then it would go back up to 1 Chinook per day from July 12th to July 31st. Moving on to sockeye, Skeena sockeye, DFO is forecasting a return of 1.7 million. So this is a low return, similar to last year. A normal kind of run would be more in the 2.5 million range. In terms of potential fisheries management actions, there will likely be some commercial openings at the mouth of the Skeena, and the rec fishery will likely be open in August. But again, it depends on the number of fish returning. Will determine what fisheries openings occur. For Skeena coho, DFO is predicting a low return, so similar to last year. The rec fishery will likely be open. For Skeena chum, DFO is forecasting a low return. It's expected to continue to be severely depressed, like Skeena chum have been for a very long time, and so probably no targeted fisheries for Skeena chum. And then Skeena pink, DFO is predicting a low return, so commercial fisheries are unlikely, but the rec fishery will likely be open. Of course, this could change. If we get higher numbers of pink returning, then that will trigger commercial fisheries. For Nass salmon, so Nass Chinook, DFO is predicting a run of 32,000 Chinook, so that's an average run to the Nass. So the rec fishery will likely be open for Nass Chinook. For Nass sockeye, DFO is predicting a return of 386,000 sockeye. That's similar to the 5-year average, but lower than the long-term average. So there will likely be commercial openings, but they will probably be delayed until the end of June. And then there'll likely be closures in Meziadin Lake and at the confluence of the Meziadin River and Nass River for recreational fisheries. For Nass coho, it's predicted to be below average. The rec fishery will likely be open. For Nass chum, it's predicted to be low, but some systems have been having stronger runs in recent years, so we could see some systems with decent returns. There will likely be commercial openings targeting US chum, so in very specific areas close to the US border, but other areas will be closed. For Nass pinks, DFO is predicting it to be below average. there will likely be some commercial openings, at least to start the season, and depending on run strength, they will continue or not. Now moving over to Haida Gwaii. For Haida Gwaii Chinook, the fisheries off the coast of Haida Gwaii, so the recreational fisheries, food fisheries, and commercial troll fisheries, target these fish in big numbers, and they're migrating down the coast. They're going to systems all over British Columbia, Washington, and Oregon, and so they get intercepted in those fisheries. And so it's expected that Chinook returns off Haida Gwaii will be lower than average, so similar to the last few years. The northern commercial troll fishery will likely be delayed until mid-August to protect endangered Fraser Chinook, similar to last year. And the rec fishery will likely be open. They're proposing that it would be reduced from 2 to 1 per day from June 1st until July 10th to reduce the impacts on Skeena, Chinook, and other depleted North Coast Chinook stocks. For Haida Gwaii Coho, the returns are expected to be low, similar to recent years. The North Coast commercial troll fishery is expected to be reduced by approximately half, so this will be similar to last year, to protect the lower run of coho to the British Columbia coast. For Kitimat and Douglas Channel, Chinook returns are predicted to be low for most systems around the Douglas Channel and Gardner Canal. There is no Kitimat River forecast for Chinook, but it may be decent like last year. The fishery will be open, and the marine fishery in Douglas Channel and Gardner Canal will be open as well. But the rivers flowing into Gardner Canal and Douglas Channel, other than the Kitimat River, they will be closed for recreational fishing. For Kitimat and Douglas Channel area coho, they're expected to be below average. For chum, they're expected to be below average. We've seen poor returns of chum in the Douglas Channel area in recent years. And for pink salmon, they're not expecting a big return. However, there will likely be some commercial openings to start the season to see how big the returns are. And if they do come back in good numbers, then we could see large commercial fisheries for Douglas Channel pink salmon further towards the outer coast. For the Central Coast Chinook, the wild systems, the wild Chinook populations are expected to be low, like in recent years. The Bella Coola Chinook are expected to be about average. And then for Central Coast Sockeye, they're expected to be below average. For Central Coast Coho, returns are expected to be low, similar to recent years. For Central Coast Chum, for the wild chum systems, they're expected to be low. For Bella Coola chum, expected to be average. For Central Coast pinks, they're expected to be low as well, but that could easily change. So that's a quick summary of the North and Central Coast. We will be putting out in-season videos providing updates on returns to the North and Central Coast and fishery management actions. So tune back in when you see those. We'll be sharing those on social media. And also, it's really important that everyone consult the fisheries regulations before they go fishing to find out exactly what's going on and what the rules are. And also, generally, we've been seeing low returns in recent years, mainly due to climate impacts in both the river systems and in the open ocean. And this has been hard on our salmon species, and so it's important that people be careful with how many fish they're catching. Make sure you reduce your catch and just be thoughtful about it. So thank you. If you have any questions, you can also always contact Skeena Wild. The email is info@skeenawild.org, and my email is gregk@skeenawild.org.